Deborah King is the JFCS art therapist and studio art manager. She will be with us every week for 5 weeks. And today she wanted to talk a little bit about community outlines, some introductions, the purpose of this group over the next 5 weeks, getting our art supplies ready, starting our projects, and then sharing and reflection are some of the things that she wanted us to cover. Her community guidelines are be ready, be kind, safe space, be present, and enjoy. She'll go more into detail of what she means by those, but they're kind of the same guidelines that we use throughout Summer Work Ready. The purpose of art making. So many of you may have said, well, why are we doing art? What does that have to do with the workplace, job readiness, work readiness? Things that you learn in art making are learning a new skill, getting creative, learning how to problem solve. You can use art as a coping skill. It helps you communicate your thoughts and ideas with others. It's a form of mindfulness and anxiety reducing. So today we're making mandalas. So you would need all the things I mentioned, the paper, pencils, markers. We gave you color pencils. We gave you markers. You need something round to trace. Say what? Okay, she said found objects or fruits and vegetables. We're not going to worry about that part because we're going to keep it simple. Okay. Oh, she has added this part. So Shamira, if you want to take over from here.
Sure. Okay, so everybody has their papers, right? And something round, like Miss Melissa said, you can use a plate. Mine's is actually the top of a, oh, you can't see it, the top of a pretzel container. So anything that's round. Okay, there we go. You're going to trace the round shape in the middle of the page with a pencil or a marker. So I'm going to take a second and draw. Oh, let me take this filter off so you guys can see. I just realized. Okay. So now it's not green screening every time. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because that's the great thing about art. You can keep rolling with it.
Do you need the instructions up, Shamira? Because I can take this down now.
If you can, yeah, put the instructions.
Thank
She
you.
said, find the
Easier if we watch you do it. I'm going to spotlight you. I'll try.
Oh, wait. All right, you might have to talk me through it if you spotlight me, just because I won't know what the directions are.
I can talk you through it. I'm trying to spotlight you.
Okay, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be in Sharpie or not, but I'm going to put mine in Sharpie just so you guys can see it better on the screen.
Okay. So they can trace it with the pencil first and go over it with the Sharpie, but you're going to do yours in Sharpie.
I did it in Sharpie just so you can see.
Okay.
And then it said, find the center point. Is that what it said?
Yep, I'm going to the slide right now. So the step 2 would be, look at this teamwork.
Gotta make it work.
Bigger. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Okay, it says find the center point, or just take a guess. And then draw lines from the center point to the edge of the circle.
Draw lines?
You can draw 3 lines, 4 lines, 5, 6, or 8. Like you can do it like a pizza. You can just do it into 4 spaces, whatever you want.
So from the center out, okay. And they don't have to be symmetrical, just anything.
Right.
Can it be any color marker?
You probably want to do it, since this is just like seems like you're setting up the basis for it, you might want to just do it in one color, because then you're going to use your other colors to fill in the center. Just so it's kind of like if you're making like a coloring page has like all the outlines in black, and then from there you're adding in colors, it's like the same concept.
I'll share my screen of a finished one so you can just get an idea.
Oh, see, those are symmetrical.
These are symmetrical.
Maybe, yeah, okay, I'll try and make it symmetrical. Okay. Because that, okay, now that makes sense if it's symmetrical.
I'll make it bigger. So I guess the symmetry is part of the calming because sometimes when people see things that are not symmetrical, it can be jarring to us. So. And she calls these calming mandalas. You say that's the way you say it, mandalas. So we go try to progress in the slides. It's not progressed. There we go. So she shared a little bit about, let me hide this bar.
Okay, so mine came out looking like this.
I don't know if they can see you too, or just my screen.
I think I'm still in.
We can see the screen and Shamira.
Great. So she says the history of the mandala is that it means sacred circle or completion. It can represent wholeness. Mandalas are present in many cultures and religions, including Buddhism, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Psychoanalyst Carl Jung recognized mandalas as the representation of the unconscious self. For some reason, it's not.
It's not clicking to the next one.
Yeah, of course not. Look, of course not.
That'd be too much like right for it to go on to the next one.
I will go to the next slide. Try it again. So this is one from a Tibetan Buddhist, a very detailed mandala. We're going to do a much simpler one.
I was about to say, I can't do all this.
Right? Here's one from Hinduism. And once you create your first mandala, for many of us, you can feel free to use other paper to create more detailed ones. Here's some Chinese mandalas. The dragon, it's a beautiful one with the tree. Here's some Christian mandalas in stained glass. You can see it's pretty much runs through many different cultures and religions. Islam uses a mandala. And here's some Jewish mandalas. And here's one, Tree of Life. That's pretty. And in Africa, mandalas are used to decorate some of their basket work.
That's beautiful.
It is. Native American with the dream catchers mandalas. So when you see those shapes, that's what that is. Those are mandala, various mandalas joined together to create the dream catchers. And then in nature, there are mandalas. So in creation, we can find mandalas. Seashells here, it looks like in a berry right down here, the details in this berry, in the eyeball, what's that, the iris? I think that's pupil. My biology's coming back. These appear to be, I don't know what these are. I'm assuming they may be a center of a flower or
that looks like a center of a lime to me. I don't know. Maybe
an animal. Yeah, we'll ask her next week when she comes back. Like,
right.
me see if I can put, oh, nope, I want to do that. Here's some more spider webs and different plants form the mandala shape. And then they have mandalas that are made with nature. I think this is where she was coming. She was talking about the fruits and vegetables because she was saying that people use, when they do presentations in their cooking, people use the mandala as a shape in their cooking too. Here's mandala made with objects. Wow.
There's
Another
Gumby
one.
in there.
Here's Gumby.
Yeah, Gumby in there.
Here's one with shoes. Somebody put all their shoes together and made a shoe mandala. That's probably pretty big. Shoe mandala. It's cool. Bottle caps. Okay. So now we have an idea of, I'm gonna stop sharing, some ideas of the mandala. So take it away, Shamira.
Okay, so this is what we have so far. So you can go based off of those, but what I also noticed with the mandala is there's different ways because a lot of them had open centers. So either you can do it how she was explaining it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to mirror whatever you do on one to the next and just kind of have a pattern going out. Let's see. So it can literally be anything. Oops. Trying to mirror it. Then you could do, oh, it'd be nice if I had like a view where you could look down.
You have who?
So it'd be nice if I had a view where you could look down at, oh wait. Okay. Where's the, because you can draw on the screen.
Oh, right. And the whiteboard.
I don't know how to do it on the Zoom.
Share your screen, and an option is the whiteboard is an option when you share your screen.
Okay, let me find it.
I'm like, where is it?
Of course, my screen doesn't have, I'm gonna see it. Hold on a second.
Oh, here it goes. Okay, share screen.
It might be the way I set up the meeting. I may not have added whiteboard as an option.
Oh.
Hold on a second. I got somebody. Can you mute yourself? Somebody has background noise. Can't see who it is. Thank you. So what, you're trying to just do something on the screen, Shamira?
I was trying to use the whiteboard feature, but as you
Yeah, I
can
think
see,
it's
I
not
just
set up yet.
started and working out from it,
Okay.
from the center.
I'm going to search for a YouTube video too that I can share with you.
That works too.
I'll send you the link, Melissa.
So you just start patterns, and then from here, once you're done making your initial, well, your patterns going all the way around, that's when you can color in the different sections of it.
I found a video. Let me see if this is a short video. I think it's short. Let me double check the time on it. All right, let me see. Let me get through the little ad first.
Oh, okay, it's turning into something. You gotta trust the process. It's turning into something.
Here's a little
Little
short
by little.
4-minute video. So I'll put this up. I will not be. Here we go. How to draw mandala art for beginners.
We are definitely beginners.
So this is Maria, and today I'm going to show you how to do a mandala grid. So what you need is basically a compass, a pencil, a drawing pen. Here I used a 0.2 pen because it helps me do the fine details.
Don't worry
You
about the
need
compass, guys.
a ruler and a protractor, and you have to have an eraser or a rubber by your side to show you. So this is what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to do it again in front of you. So you have to take the center of the paper you have. Okay, so here I have an A4, and this is the center. Okay, the circles you do are random, okay, unless you have a certain design in mind that you have. Okay, and now using the ruler and the pencil itself, I'm going to be tracing a grid. At first, I will trace a vertical line and then a horizontal line. And then parting from these two lines and using the protractor, I will draw grids that are separated by 10 degrees.
She has a lot more detail, so you can do it this way. Or
You don't need to put the dots on top, okay? You just put it on one side, and then you take the dot you have and the center of the circle to trace the line. So now we have the grid and we can start drawing. I'm going to show you a bit how you start your mandala on this grid. So you can either start by the smallest circle, or if you're a beginner, usually the smallest circle is a bit tricky because as you see the lines are very pushed together. So you could start from the line that is above. The lines you have here, the grid has to be divided equally. So when you do a separation of 10 degrees between lines, you can either separate them 2 by 2, 3 by 3 because you have 36 spaces, or 4 by 4. So here I'm going to take 2 by 2. You see how? And then you can either retrace the circle if you like, okay, as a part of your design. You can retrace the circle that is here as well. And if you do not feel comfortable by tracing the circle by hand, you can use a compass like mine, the one where you can install a pen inside. This is it for today. So today is just learning how to do the structure. In the next video, I will teach you the basic shapes of a mandala, and then we will do a complete mandala. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying my videos. If you are, please subscribe.
So is that helpful? It didn't make it complicated? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It made it like the
60.
basic shape.
Okay.
So I get
Take your time.
I mean, I just went around in a like, well, kind of like what she said, where you just start off with one circle and you can make circles within it. So the basic thing is trying to make everything symmetrical, which it's not going to come out perfect, as you can see, but you'll start out with something and then work your way. So you're going to work your way from the inside outward. And then you can make different designs. And then each design is going to be unique to whatever you want. So it doesn't have to look exactly how she did it. Definitely doesn't have to look how I did it, because it definitely looks weird. But definitely going from there and working your way out. How's everybody doing so far? Did anybody start on theirs?
I started, but the video kind of confused me.
Oh, okay. How did it confuse you?
Because she has a lot of different tools.
Oh yeah, she definitely did. She has a lot of I don't know if you guys ever use compasses. They basically just help you make a circle. I know back in my day, which was a long time ago, we used compasses to do circles and geometry and things like that. But you don't have to. If you want to make all your circles symmetrical, you can use use whatever you got in the house. So like I use this to make my circle on the paper. But if I'm literally just looking around, I have a cup, so I can use this side to make another circle and then make this one to make another circle. So you can use different things in your house. You don't necessarily need a protractor to make symmetrical circles. Just literally use anything that you can see that's a circle, and that'll fit on your paper and go along with what you have in your head of what you want to draw. You can use that. I see my lampshade has a circle at the top of it. So you can use a bunch of things to make circles, which actually I'm gonna try and do now. How's everyone else doing? Oh, so Caitlin's doing good. Yamina's doing awesome. Anybody want to hold theirs up? What you got so far? Good. Oh, Tamar, Kayla, Hanaja. Did I say that right? Okay. If I say your name wrong, please correct me because I want to get it right. Aaliyah is doing good.
Oh, no. Samir, I found something online about mandalas and like why are we doing this? You know, what does this have to do
That's
with
great, yeah.
work readiness? So it says mandalas can help restore balance. Art therapists often invite participants to create mandalas to bring about a sense of discovery, focus, awareness, and peace. And what we just saw talked about the psychoanalyst Carl Jung, who drew mandalas for personal growth and used them with his patients to help them move toward wholeness. He said, I sketched every morning in a notebook, a small circular drawing, a mandala, which seemed to correspond to whatever he was feeling inside at the time. Art therapists use mandalas to better understand the inner world of their clients and to help contain powerful and difficult emotions. So people struggling with anxiety or grief, anger, these can all be a way of expressing these emotions in a positive way that's not harmful to yourself or to someone else. Some clients have a meditative experience as they're creating and coloring in their mandalas, and they have produced insightful views of themselves and deeper meaning to different situations. So Kasim, if you don't mind, can I just briefly share about what you shared yesterday about the psychology?
What'd you say?
Yesterday, just a little note, what you said about the why you wanted to take psychology. Can I just share that a little bit?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So basically, one of the things Kasim shared was about wanting to learn more about letting go. And I think that's something that a lot of us struggle, you know, kind of like, I don't want to say struggle, but kind of deal with in terms of like, if something happens in our life, you know, being able to let it go and move forward. So doing the mandala creation as well as the coloring in of it can just create a therapeutic setting and space in yourself where as you're coloring it, I use the adult coloring books, and I find that it's very soothing as you choose the colors and make decisions on which colors you want to use. You problem solve by trying to keep everything symmetric, and if I use this blue over here, I want to use it over there, or do I want to change to a different blue or a different color? You can make it you can use colors that express how you're feeling inside. Maybe you're feeling very powerful colors or very soft colors. So it's a lot of decision making going on. It's a lot of choices being made at that time and helping you to express and get out of your head about how you're feeling, being able to let go of some of your thoughts. I know for me, sometimes I can't turn my brain off. My brain's just going and going and going. So this is a great way to kind of do that, turn your brain off.
Does anybody use art as like a therapy? Any of you guys, you can put in the chat, yes or no. Like if you're going through something, do you tend to like gravitate towards art, or it could be music or anything? Yes, oh, awesome. Yeah. No, you like music? No, I like that too. Color, yep, coloring. I think I learned like as a young child to use art as a way of therapy. Music is through therapy. Awesome. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Caitlin
Can we
says
start coloring it?
they are an art major.
Coloring.
So art is very present in their life.
I personally am art major. Awesome. Yay. I'm sorry, Najee, were you saying something? I saw your name flash up on the screen and then disappeared.
Oh, I was just gonna ask that. Can we start coloring it?
Yeah, if you're done
Yes.
your initial shapes, yeah. Take some time, relax, and color. Digital art. Are you used to digital art? Yeah. But if you go into Melina, if you do like go into art like as a major in college, you'll kind of do like everything. Like I took art at Spelman and actually majored in it, and I minored in psychology because I wanted to help people through art. So actually, when I initially graduated college, I wanted to go into art therapy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why I majored in art and minored in psychology. But life took a little turn. I found out I was pregnant when I went to go interview for Drexel's art therapy program. So that's how I ended up here. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. So definitely ended up where
Look at you now. You're our
I
art
know.
therapist.
I ended up where I needed to be. What? Jade, thank you. She's all in my face. But yeah, so I used so like in art classes, like you not only take things that are in your major, like you also take other things too. So they have you branch out and do digital art. They have you do you might do ceramics. I did printmaking, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but you also see like printmaking on the t-shirts too, where they do like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like where they take the t-shirt and they have like a big stamp kind of thing and they press it down and then they might switch the colors and do another thing. So printmaking, they do it on t-shirts, they do it on just generally paper and everything else. So yeah, so you learn all different mediums. Oh, you always like printmaking? Yeah, printmaking and ceramics were those were the two biggest things that I was into. Plus, like, I was never amazing at drawing. When I said like I went into art, it's because I was going into art therapy. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go sell my art. It was, no, I'm going to help people through using my art. Yes. Well, not through me using it, but through guiding them to use their art as therapy.
And one thing I hope is that beyond this program, because we only can fit so much art into the program, but beyond this program, I would like to work with Deborah King and Shamira, and maybe we can offer during the year, we may be able to offer a workshop either virtually or in person, because at our Bala office, we have an art studio there, or we can find another location that works, but maybe we can do some work with ceramics, printmaking, and other forms of art as well, painting, yes.
Definitely.
I wanted to read this. It's pretty cool. It looks like this person in this article I found, somebody wrote right in the thick of the pandemic. So it's kind of cool that it mentions, it says, well, let me go back a little bit. It says, someone says, the process of making a mandala incorporates both symmetry and flow and structure with flexibility. As we play and explore through art within the safety of the circle, the process calls on our ability to be resilient and accept the unexpected. So that falls right into our program. The process also engages both hemispheres of the brain. It restores a sense of mental and emotional balance. With both hemispheres engaged, our ability to cope with anxiety and regain a sense of control increases. We feel more grounded and discover the space to heal from loss. It says, during this time of uncertainty, I'd like to invite you to create a personal mandala journal for balance and centering. So we gave you a few pieces of paper, but if you really like this, I would suggest, if you can find one, or I'll look for some too, blank journal books with like just blank pages. You can create a personal mandala journal. If you want to do that, let me know. The pandemic has changed our lives as we know it. Your daily routine may look completely different as you start to rebuild routines. Let's use this opportunity to embrace this simple practice to invite calm. All you need is a few minutes, a few supplies, and minimal space. And this other part right here, I think is so important. It says, remember, with art, it's practice. I say practice because art making, like many things, takes practice. You may want to start with simple mindfulness activities like keeping your eye out for mandalas around you, increasing your awareness by noting the mandala-shaped objects and their details, like the ones we show in the PowerPoint, just to give you some inspiration. Or you may dive right in and do mandalas on paper like you're doing now. Consider the time of day and what feels best. Find an area inside or outside with limited distractions that you can claim as your sacred space. Unplug from all electronics. You dedicate a specific space like a notebook at your desk or on your nightstand, and that's where you do all your mandala practices. Keep all your supplies handy, like in a basket or a drawer to easily access them. You don't need a lot of space to create this journal. And if you want to do it in a more spontaneous fashion, keep your supplies in a pencil case or pouch so it's portable, and then you can take it with you. Yeah, that's what it says about mandalas. There you go, Caitlin.
Okay.
Put them
So,
up.
I finished, but I used like my own markers, but I did this.
Oh, man, you did that in what, 15 minutes? Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
thank
just
you
put
for
like a
sharing.
flower in the middle and then did everything around the flower.
Wow, that's amazing.
That would look really good as a stained glass painting that like you put in the
Yeah.
window.
Or even in a print, we talk about the printmaking, silk screen onto a shirt, something that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else want to share theirs? Okay, Louis said he'll share his. Hold on a second, let me find you so I can spotlight you. I just saw you. Where'd you go? Just saw you. Here you are. Hold on a second. I'll put you on. Take her off.
Oh, excellent.
There it is.
Very
Beautiful.
intricate.
Are you going to color it in, or are you going to leave it?
Yeah, I'll probably color it in.
Oh, okay. Be sure to send me a picture when you finish. I love that. It's a great design. Thank you. Anyone else want to share? I can't see you all, so if you want to share, you got to either speak up or put it in the chat so I can So we have a few more minutes left. Anyone else want to share? I know Caitlin and Lewis set the bar pretty high. Theirs was so, they were so amazing.
Will anybody continue this on after today?
Anybody think they want to do a mandala journal? Yeah. Nice. You have a coloring book? Okay. I use coloring books too. Maybe. Takita said maybe.
Question, Melissa.
Yes.
What was the game that they used to have growing up? I'm dating myself. It used to be like Skadoodle or something. You take the pencil and you put it in the thing and you just
I know what you're
spin
talking
it around
about.
and it makes designs. That's what that looks like.
Yes,
did.
you're
It
exactly right,
was.
Art. Yeah.
I
What's
remember
the
that. I
name
can't
of
remember
that?
what it was called either. Because things I don't like markers like that. But you don't have to use markers. You can use shoes or rocks. Like in the picture, you can make it out of different objects. But that's honest.
You can do it with you can take like your fingerprint and like dip it in ink and you can make mandalas out of that. It's just the biggest thing about the mandalas, it seems like, is like repeating the pattern and making things symmetrical. And then making it you. The biggest part of any part of art is making whatever you're doing, making it specific to you.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone see how this can be helpful preparing you for the workplace? For job readiness? Does anybody make a connection?
I think Melissa, Miss Melissa, that what we were talking about with being a millionaire and how, you know, much it's hard work and it takes so very much out of you being in demand and on call. I remember someone saying getting calls constantly, things of that nature. This could be certainly used as a way of calming your mind and, you know, bringing you back to center after a very busy, demanding day.
Yes. I agree.
I agree, Miss Denise. Also, I was thinking, as you're doing it, you're like a little, like you're present in the moment of you doing it, but also your mind could be focused on other things. So you can take that time out to actually like think through something that you really need to think about. And while you have your, you know, your mind preoccupied on drawing and relaxing at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can definitely see that. For focusing, a lot of times when your kind of mind is all over the place and you need to focus, I think this would be a great exercise to help you focus. So everyone, just to show that you were present and you were participating, if you could text me a screenshot of your mandala. I will not judge. I am not grading it. I just want to see that you were here, you were participating. So that would be my way of verifying who was in the workshop. Even though I can see your names, but now I can tell, since I can't see everybody's video, send me your picture, text it to me,